Oh, wow.
That was the craziest hunt.
You do not stalk whitetails in Wisconsin. In the woods, on a ridge. Oh, wow. This deer's dead. Well, here he is. I mean, 130-inch deer, season 8. Can't be mad at that. I mean, for what we did, the experience of stalking a mature buck, that's pretty fun.
He's gonna go down right there, buddy. Oh, right there he's laying. He didn't go very far, he basically just died out of sight, so nice easy blood trail. Wasn't very hard to follow actually. He was spraying 6 foot up on trees, so it was pretty neat, but pretty much exactly what we thought he was. He's a good 9, a little heavier than I thought.
What's your view like? Ready? He's pumping. We just tagged out. It was just flooding out of him. I can't believe it. Did you? I can't believe that just happened.
This is a fully mature Iowa whitetail, and I am happy to put my tag on him.
Hear that? There's something walking over here. It's a lefty. Meow, meow. Just killed the freaking giant. Oh my god.
Hasn't hit me what just happened here tonight. This is the deer I've dreamt of ever since the day I passed him up in 2015. This was the deer I wanted. And it just so happens to be my biggest buck to date and my biggest bull buck.
Are you kidding me, buddy? Are you kidding me?
Hit it, buddy. Nice one, man. Nice one. He's down, dude. Good.
Yes. So awesome. It's a beautiful 5x5. My first muley with a bow.
Big buck, big buck, big buck. Coming right down the edge of the field. He's dead. What an awesome Iowa buck, and another unbelievable hunt with Mike behind the camera. And we are tagged out in Iowa. Miserably cold out here. We are in the middle of a blizzard. It's been advised not to travel, been advised not to leave the house. And we're out here chasing these bucks. Unbelievable. North Dakota late season.
Stay on him. Come on, buddy. Go down. Come on. Come on, buddy. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's covered in blood. There he is.
Stepped out.
Oh, that is freaking sweet. That is so awesome.
Dude, that is a freak. Yes, sir. Oh, look at that deer. That is undoubtedly the oldest deer I've ever killed.
Hell yeah. Holy shit. That's like what? I didn't even range it, 10 yards?
He walked right up and looked right at us.
Yeah.
God dang, give me some. Hell yeah.
So saw this guy in a few does, and yeah, I'm excited, stoked. It's Halloween, so it's, you know, might not have candy, might have a few whiskey drinks, but it's gonna be fun.
No.
Bat.
I'm pretty rattled right now. I definitely want to get out of this tree before I figure what that was on. November 10th. First time in down here in Iowa this year. Kind of been jumping all over North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, hunting, filming.
little bit of everything. Just waiting for the right time of the year to get in here in Iowa and start hunting.
Right here, showtime. Showtime's right here, coming out of the spot. Whack, whack, whack. You serious, buddy? Are you serious? Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Night, night, Yogi Kite.
Follow us up in here and he shouldn't be too far.
We got him. He only went 15 yards, but he put on one heck of a show. And as you can see, put a good shot on him. Schwacker did all the work, and he only went 15, 20 yards and piled up here in the bush.
God! Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? No way! Dude! That is a freak! Oh my God, dude, he's right here.
He came in, gave me like a 25-yard shot, and I don't know, he maybe went 100 yards and piled up. Just a great North Dakota 8-pointer.
I'm still like rattled. We had a great buck come in tonight, and I think I drilled him. It looks great. There he is. What a gorgeous, gorgeous buck.
Should do it, bud. Man, he put on a frickin' show. And the best part is, he didn't die in the bottom. Yeah. Couldn't be happier with this buck. My first year in Iowa, really learning the ropes this year, hunting public.
Down goes Fraser, baby.
To say that we earned this guy would be a complete understatement. I think JP added the days up we spent in the field this fall. I think we're somewhere around 55 days right now.
Here we go, bud.
Meh, meh.
Got a lot of emotion running through my body right now. Excited. Scared shitless. We eased up here. JP actually picked a rack up. Probably 30 yards from us. It looks like it's down. But I'm gonna go up there at full draw and make sure. I think he's laying right up here dead, boys. That was the wildest, craziest track job I've ever been a part of.
Pretty sure I hard shot him, dude. You gonna go down?
That's what he wants.
Yeah. He's right there dead, dude. Oh, yeah, buddy. Well, what a deer, what a hunt, and to get to do it with some awesome buddies right here, it's gonna be a good one.
Where is he? Just to the left. Got him. Go down. Go down. Go down. That's got to be one of my biggest bucks. Hell yeah, buddy. Thank you. What an absolute way to almost wrap up my season here.
Why here, deer? Where are we looking? Oh, right under him.
Right there.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
decent
shit.
buck, dude. This might happen, huh?
I'd put him down.
You're gonna make
for
this
sure.
happen?
Yes! Hell yes!
No way! Let's go, baby!
The best hunt I personally have ever experienced as a bow hunter.
We just killed a freaking giant!
Come on, man. Got him. Got him.
Drilled him.
That was way too easy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of RUT Live, brought to you by Vortex Optics and HHA Sports. We're excited to come to you today with a little bit of a special episode. Not only is it our season finale, not only do we have the amazing Michael Mansell on the track, but it's also Veterans Day. So it's a bit of an honor to be able to film on Vets Day and enjoy the freedoms that we love in this type of fashion. Mansell, what's up, man? Good to see you.
How's it going, bud?
It's good, dude. So what have you been up to?
Oh, not much. Just been hunting hard the last few weeks in Iowa and Wisconsin. Was lucky enough to punch my tag here last night on public land, so kind of had a little bit of a switcheroo with Chuck in the tree tonight and me hosting. So it's pretty cool. I've been looking forward to getting back on here. I hosted once last year, so it's awesome to get back on with you. And I think this is the first time actually I've been on here with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be a fun change of pace for tonight.
Yeah, heck yeah. Looking forward to it. It's always good to let one of those youngsters get out there and have a little fun, you know?
Yep, absolutely. They've been working hard. They deserve some time in the tree also.
So did you get any sleep last night, or how did that play out?
Actually, yeah, I got plenty of sleep last night. I was lucky enough to shoot my buck at about 4 o'clock. We were hunting a piece of public. We came in by water access, actually, and hiked about a mile in. I was hunting a big river bottom area, and that's kind of the area we've been focusing on the last week. We had a couple really good bucks on camera in there, and it's been some tough hunting. We just haven't been seeing those bucks we were after or much for mature buck movement down here. It's just kind of an odd year, it seemed. But as luck would have it, I hit the snort wheeze a little bit before 4 o'clock, and all of a sudden this buck came off the hill and came to about 17, 18 yards, gave me about a hole the size of a beach ball to shoot through, and Art shot him. He went about 30 yards and tipped over, and so it was pretty cool. We had a good friend of ours down here. He hauled us in with the boat, and he gave him the call. Brad, he came out and helped us pack the deer out, and it was a really fun experience. Just, a totally unique hunt. First time actually I've ever hunted public land, water access, and it was fun.
That's good when it turns out that way, for sure. The only time I've ever hunted public land via water access, I broke the back window out of my truck when I put the kayak back in it. So no trophy.
Yeah,
but,
it was.
Go ahead.
It was really neat. We'd been hunting hard there all week, and we just decided to switch it up and come from a different direction on these deer. And words don't even. I mean, I can't. It's tough to even put into words. The experience we had. And it was kind of nice because we quartered them up right there and packed them out. So we got home at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and didn't have to mess around too late last night.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and check in with JP and B in the tree with a little bit of a treat for us.
Can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming.
that doesn't get you fired up, nothing will. Welcome back to another RUT Live. It is our final RUT Live of the season. We've got 4 cameras rolling, 2 in Iowa, 2 in Wisconsin. Hopefully they're all connected. Sometimes service is an issue, but anyway, here in the tree with me and JP right now. We are in southern Iowa, and we've been grinding pretty hard. JP killed a buck back on the 2nd. We actually just dropped a semi-live of that show. If you haven't checked it out, check it out tonight when we're done here. But we're sitting at a river bottom piece. We have had a lot of good bucks down here. We've had a couple really close calls. Just this week, we had one out of this stand like 4 nights ago come into the decoy, but we were out of camera light. And then we were hunting on the other side of this field a few nights ago, and we had a buck, a nice buck, at 25 yards for 40 freaking minutes. And I had one branch blocking him, and I just could not get a shot. And he just sat there and ripped up a ground scrape and grunted, snort, wheezed, put on a show, but never did get a shot. So there's good bucks around. We're excited to be in the tree. Happy Veterans Day. Hopefully we can kill a big old buck on live tonight.
All right, we're going to check in with old Chucky and Cheeks.
Didn't see you there. Happy Veterans Day to all our veterans and active service members. Ross and I are back after Chumbawamba. Deer we've been after for a long time. If you don't know what Chumbawamba is, Google it. It's a band. But we've been hunting the other side of this river. Mike's been hunting this side of the river, but he tagged out last night. So now it's all fair play for us. So we slipped up the creek, jumped in here, bumped a couple does when we were walking in, which was kind of a bummer. Then when we picked a tree, a dude got down from wherever he was sitting and walked out by us. Also kind of a bummer. But there's a lot of good signs. The weather's good. I think we're in the chips. The rut's on. Love is in the air. I think we should see some deer tonight, so hold on tight and see what happens. Thanks for tuning in.
Checking in with Goulash and Rando in Wisconsin.
Well, you ready? Yeah. Welcome back to another RUT Live. It's like 3 o'clock already. Brennen and I have been set up in the stand probably for a good hour now. We came back to a brand new spot. We actually haven't ever hunted out of this tree. As you can see, we're hanging from the saddles. But we are overlooking the marsh to the west of us and the bean field to the east of us. We're actually hanging right over a ditch. If I jumped out of the tree or pushed Brandon out of the tree, we'd end up in the water. The reason we came back here tonight is because this morning there was a ton of action over here. There's a ton of does working in from the beans to this bedding, and we saw some bucks cruising out in the beans. We've already seen 4 does. They worked their way out of the bedding and kind of worked their way towards the beans. But it's probably the calmest it's been in the last 2 weeks about hunting out here. It's gotten so windy usually during the day and over this marsh, but it's super calm out right now. I think it's honestly one of the best days we've had. So I'm expecting the action to be pretty decent tonight. We're going after 2 different bucks yet, Ricky and Larry. Larry showed up Thursday while Brennen and I were at work in our Four Corners food plot. in daylight in the morning at 9 a.m. and then in the afternoon at 2:15 p.m. So I think he liked to mock us that day. But unfortunately, we haven't laid eyes on him yet since 2 lives ago on that Saturday. So he's around, just don't know exactly where. I don't know where he's been living or what he's been doing. But hopefully we can, at least, at a very minimum, lay eyes on him tonight. Hopefully he's in this 40 and cruising looking for does, because we got Chuck the Buck out, which will hopefully help bring him in. But we'll sit tight. Should be a good evening. Should be able to see a lot. So hopefully it pans out. Right, Randy, go.
All right, cool. Well, we've also got the Elliots checking in and out of Iowa. A little bit of a signal issue, but I think we've got them coming in. We'll be able to bring them in and get a little bit going there, hopefully, too. But looking forward to a good evening sit. I know Mike B had a great morning. I was seeing some things in the snap that looked promising. Some nice bucks on the hoof. So,
yeah,
what do
it
you
looked
think
like
about the evening?
It looked like they had a bunch of action this morning. The spot they're hunting tonight is it's a river bottom, and a lot of the deer come across from the other side of the river. So, I mean, I've hunted this property actually with him, and also when I had to take him at pocket. And it seems like most of the activity is a little bit later in the evening, but you know, it's November 11th. You just never know if you get a doe on the right side of this creek, what can happen. But that's just kind of the experience I've had there. Is probably that last hour of daylight is when a lot of that action really heats up for them on that side of the river.
So is that river bottom kind of like a long, skinny cover zone that's the only one within a fair distance, or is it there lots of cover around there close?
So it's their side is a lot of agriculture fields, and then the other side of the river has a lot of bigger timber. So a good majority of the deer are coming from the timber side out to the egg fields at night. You do get some deer that are bedded in some of the tree rows, and there's a little bit of CRP on the neighboring properties on that side of the river they're hunting. But a lot of that movement comes from across, and with it being warmer this time of year too, it definitely helps. It seems like, and it hasn't been a really wet year down here in Iowa, so that river's low. It seems like the deer are a little bit more apt to cross it. But if you get a wet year, river's high, they don't like coming across it as much. Or if you get, cold weather where it starts to freeze, seems like they don't cross it as much either.
So is that like playing that setup there? Is the river something they take into account as far as wind conditions and scent? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. As far as wind conditions go, like, as long as you can hunt just about any direction other than like a straight west, because the river runs kind of north and south there. Timber's off to the east, so they can kind of play both sides of that field depending on the wind direction. But like I said, as long as it ain't blowing west, they're pretty safe there.
Yeah. I've always thought when you sit near moving water and the temperatures start to drop, that water kind of acts like a vacuum, sucking all that scent, all that airflow, kind of, if you're close enough in proximity to it, will kind of alter what the wind conditions are like to some degree. And I don't know if that really happens or if I just like to think that. And I sit there seeing no deer and have to do something, so I think about these things.
Where they are, their side of the river is pretty flat terrain, so it doesn't seem like you get really much for different wind directions, or swirling winds, anything like that. But I've hunted some spots on that same river, a few miles from there, where it's ridges that you're kind of hunting off of, and it's crazy because you get down along that river edge, and it'll be blowing a west wind, and then it'll be blowing the complete opposite direction of where it's supposed to be going on you.
Right. Well, good stuff.
Yeah.
We've also got Got quite a few comments coming in. Take a second and thank you guys for tuning back in with us. And as always, thanks for commenting. It helps a lot. Like to see you guys keep track of who's watching. And got quite a few of you out there in the tree tonight. Best of luck to you all, Scott. Scott Psychos. He told me how to say that once, but I still can't say it right. Patrick Croning, Colin Carlton, Manuel Weber, down in the Yucatan, if I remember correctly. He's always tuning in. Thank you guys again, and best of luck. Brad Rockwood, thanks for tuning in. Kyle
Welcome.
Trent, go Vols.
Welcome, Zach Eichstead, too. Zach actually was a neighbor of mine growing up. So
Awesome.
We'll see him on here tonight.
Jessica Slominski's always in the house. Thanks for tuning in. 31 Devon's always watching.
Jessica's giving Brennen a hard time for not finishing his sandwich in the tree. They'd had that much action. That's why.
Yeah, definitely smash the like button, everybody. Thank you for that. Subscribe.
And please tell some people about this. We're trying to, keep bringing this to more viewers, grow this. We have a lot of fun putting this together, and anything you guys can do to spread the word is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, share the lives on social media. That helps. If you can give it a share while we're recording and spread the word, that'd be great. We might even pick one of the shares and send out a free bag of coffee.
I'm really curious to see what Charlie and Ross see tonight. They're hunting, like you said, a spot that when they came in this year, I told them of this area, and I found it shed hunting, and there was a side of the river I wanted to focus on this year, and I told those guys to kind of check out the other side, because I thought it'd be worth it. And the buck they're after tonight, they actually picked him up on camera this summer in July. And I was kind of joking with him the whole time. I'm like, just wait, he's going to come on my side of the river, and I'll kill him later on. And it was like 2-3 weeks ago. I didn't have a picture of him all summer, and he showed up on the side of the river I was hunting on. So you could tell they were getting a little nervous come the times I started going in there to hunt. But I'm tagged out tonight, so I told him, we kind of staked our claim that, you hunt this side of the river, I hunt that side of the river. And but after I shot my buck last night, I said, you guys can, if you want to hunt, give it a try on the side I've been hunting. I haven't had a picture of that deer now since, it was like October 28th, 29th. Back when I was back in Wisconsin actually hunting, he showed up. He was about 10 yards in front of my stand one night, and I was kind of kicking myself for that, but I think they're in his wheelhouse tonight. But I've only sat that side of the river, I think, once or twice in the evenings, and the movement's been a lot better in the mornings, so it'll be interesting what they see tonight.
Yeah.
Is it raining?
Gotta share. That's half the fun. You hate to do it, but you have to. Mike Schulte is in a blind with his 5-year-old with lots of candy. Sometimes that's what you got to do, man. I don't know how many butterscotches I ate as a child sitting in a deer blind, but it's quite a few.
That was pre-iPad, so what were you?
Right.
Did you have a coloring book or?
No, never had a coloring book. Never had any kind of entertainment. I never really needed it. Just honestly, my more early hunt memories, aside from deer hunting with my dad, were turkey hunting with my grandpa, which is more mobile. So I was always entertained, He didn't like to sit still for longer than he had to.
Yeah. I'd say for me, my first hunting memories were, my dad would take I had a 22 he got me for, I think it was for Christmas one year. So he'd take me up in the woods. What's that?
Took that deer hunting?
No. No, he'd take me out in the fall squirrel hunting. We just walk in the woods and stuff and sit in random spots and tree stands and that. And then when he thought I was able to sit still enough in a tree, he brought me along. He always built wooden stands, so he had a couple wooden stands that were big enough that I could actually sit in with him as long as I would sit still. But I got to spend a couple years before I turned 12 years old and I was old enough to hunt. Got to sit with him. And then I think it was a year before I was able to gun hunt. I sat with him opening morning and was able to see him shoot a 8-pointer that it wasn't, nowadays not considered a very big deer, but at the time it was the biggest deer we ever killed off of our family property. So,
big enough.
Those kind of memories are, when you look back at kind of where you started in your hunting career, it's cool you have those memories.
Oh, John Seymour says his damn earphones just died. #rookie. I've been there, dude, and I'm on the production side of this thing, so don't feel bad.
Sitting on this limb over here. Deer. Where? Right here down on the right.
Lee Weber says Brennan's going to slay one tonight on the live.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
Calling his shot.
Yeah. What are the temperatures where these boys are hunting? What's Iowa looking like right now?
Let me look it up on my phone. Charlie's got some action here. So temps right now are says 51. And after today, it's actually going to start warming up. It's going to get in the 60s next week, which I think they're calling 67, 68 degrees in a few days here. So it's going to make for some tough hunting in Iowa. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think we're up near 80 again at home.
That's the one thing I've learned with hunting down here is, there's obviously, being in Iowa, there's a lot of big deer around, but it's just like hunting anywhere else. If you don't have the temperatures, those older age deer, they just do not move.
Yeah. Moss Grizz is in the house.
Welcome.
Always good to have her. But we're going to get into a recap here before too long, right? And we have that dialed up?
Yeah, absolutely. Brennen had a pretty solid morning this morning. So we'll check in with that and show you guys kind of what the action was like.
It's November 11th. Veterans Day. Thanks to all those who have served and continue to serve for our country. Allow us to get out and do the things we love. We got another beautiful November morning on our hands here today. We're in yet another fresh stand. In fact, this is the first time I've ever hunted this stand. There's been a lot of good bucks rolling on this end of the farm, a lot of daylight activity, so we figured we'd give it a shot. It's kind of a hike to get in here, so I don't come back here very often until this time of year when the bucks got a few screws loose. We're expecting good movement this morning. The bucks have been running like crazy here the last few days. The wind's supposed to pick up midday. We're gonna kind of gauge the deer movement on how long we stay in here. Should be a fun day. Well, good morning and happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all our veterans and active service members. Jimbo and I came in this morning to a piece that Ross and I scouted a bunch and saw a bunch of good deer, but there's just hardly any trees you can get in. And all the trees that were here, they mowed down. So we came in, doing a little ground and pound. We got the decoy, Scar. It's a beautiful morning. Deer should be moving. Hopefully we can entice a big boy to come in and tussle with us.
It's a pretty damn solid morning. Couldn't even get a snack in. I don't think I could handle hunting Iowa.
I think you
Too many deer. I'd just be shooting them all.
There's a lot of tempting deer. That's what I've come to learn here is that, you know, there's just several bucks that come by you that you would shoot in other states and be super happy with.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's so many of the deer that you see are in that gray area. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be rough on my brain.
Yeah. Well, and you run into a lot of 2-year-old, 3-year-old deer that just they have big racks already, you know, and you know they might not carry the mass, but they have the frame that looks like a really nice deer, and I've shot plenty of deer in my career, not to brag, but they're still tempting when they come walking by.
Right. Kentucky's a big sleeper in that way also. It's not really a sleeper, I guess, anymore, but deer get so big so fast. I mean, you see so many 2-year-olds that are just wall hangers, you know?
Yeah. Now, it's been a few years since you've hunted Kentucky, right?
Yeah. 2 or 3, yep.
Yep. Because you guys had a lease for a while there, correct?
We had a couple different leases. We had one at Mike Whalen's place. He's always following along, so shout out to him, which was very productive. You boys, some of you guys came down and turkey hunted it, you know, a couple times. And then we had another lease that was a whole lot larger and less productive, but still fun. It was just the terrain was kind of too vast. It was tough. A lot of black bear in that part of the state too, so made things a little bit different. But I did see some good deer, found some good sheds in that place, but just never had an opportunity on anything.
Now, are those, like, I've never hunted Kentucky, so are you hunting agriculture fields, or what kind of terrain are you working with there?
There's a lot of ag, but you still have a lot of, depending on how far east you are, you know, if you're central to eastern, it's mountainous, you know, you're in the Appalachians still, so you'll have some of that. And the more central you get in the state, the more it opens up into agriculture. And our leases were both kind of central eastern area, so had a little bit of a mix. You know, the second lease that we had was a lot rougher terrain, a little more mountainous, but it had a bunch of ag too. It just was such a big piece of ground, and so much of it was mountainous that they all hold up in there, and it was tricky to find anybody.
Okay. Now, did you guys do any sort of like supplemental feeding on your properties down there?
In Tennessee?
Yeah. No, in Kentucky.
We never planted food plots or anything. You know, the Whalen's place there was beans and corn pretty heavily, so wasn't really worthwhile all that much, you know. And it was a couple hundred acres or so, if I remember right. The other one that we had, we didn't do anything for food plots. A ton of corn on it, you know, obviously in the lower areas of that piece. But I think that place was, gosh, I want to say it was like 9,300 acres.
Oh,
so I'm pretty sure it was. And kind of hard to manage. You know, there were only like 4 or 5 of us on it. Struck a good deal. So, but it was difficult because it was just so big.
Yeah. Now, have you hunted Ohio ever?
I've never. I've hunted Indiana when I was a kid, Michigan a bunch, never Ohio.
I don't know much about Indiana, but I've just kind of heard that state's on a big upswing.
Indiana's got great bucks.
Yep.
I mean, I hate to say it on the internet, but most people know.
Yeah.
But they're a contender, I would say. They're a destination for me as of recent, just because I think you can kind of still get in there. It doesn't break the bank, and you got a pretty good opportunity. You know, and I've got cousins up there too, so that helps.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not too knowledgeable on their regulations, but believe I heard that Indiana went to a $1 state not too long ago.
I know they talked about it for several years, but I don't know for sure whether they did or not. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because I think they were pressing that way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
which I think is kind of the reason why, you know, they're starting to see a big upswing on caliber deer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason that they can't. You know, they have everything that Illinois, Iowa, you know, has to offer.
Yeah, everything's in place for sure. If they're not, I mean, the population should be identical, really. You know, if not for the management.
Yep.
That's what makes a difference.
Yep. Patrick Corcoran says, "Good luck, Chuckles."
Jessica's asking, for the giveaway winners this season, how's everybody liking your products? That's a great question. I mean, I know that nothing we give away hasn't been vetted by everybody in the group. You know, you guys all are very familiar with stuff that you stand behind, so I know it's great, but it's always good to get some feedback and hear back from folks when they get something in the mail for free. It's always fun.
Yep. Brad just commented, said he loves the site. He actually won the site. Brad's a good friend of mine.
Convenient.
He won the site a few weeks back, and it just so happened that right when he got the site, his bow blew up on him. So Charlie actually donated his bow to Brad, and we helped him get it set up with the new HHA sight on. And the next time he went out, he shot a buck.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So does that kind of service come with everything you guys give away?
Yeah. Yeah, we set up everything that you guys win. Brad actually never even got the sight tape on his bow. It was still the setup tape that was on.
Oh yeah.
On the site when he shot the deer. So
that's awesome.
That was pretty cool. We got him sighted in at 20 yards. He went out and got it done right away.
That's brings us into another interesting thing here. We've got the cage blind giveaway coming up here in a few days. You know, this is the season finale, so it's time to finally give that sucker away. I know you guys are excited for that, and we are too. Tune in, pay attention on social media, because we'll be doing that giveaway here within the next few days. Make sure and comment, answer our trivia question this episode with a correct answer. Comment on the YouTube live, and you'll be entered to win for that, as well as all the other prizes that we're going to give away this episode.
Yep. Any of the comments that have been in any of the chats throughout the entire RUT Live season, starting all the way back from our North Dakota opener, are eligible to be entered in to win the cage blind. So,
all right, and what no one knows is that at least 3 or 4 of these profiles are mine. Got some good action on Chucky. I like the live decoy.
Little fawn action.
Yeah.
Where they're hunting, there's quite a few egg fields around them. That on this piece of public they leave kind of the outer rows in the standing beans, so there's food nearby that these deer are going to and coming from mornings, afternoons. But it's a little bit tricky because it's not like centrally located. It's along the whole outer perimeters of the field, so they can kind of go and feed wherever they want. So there's a lot of, it's tough to figure out in this particular spot. You know, I've hunted a handful of times to try and really pinpoint where you want to blow your wind, because deer can literally be coming and going from any direction. It would definitely be nice to see Goulash punch his tag tonight. I'm rooting for him. He's been hunting hard for his target buck in Wisconsin, and
Old Larry.
It's a pretty cool property they have. Not a lot of trees on it. It's just a lot of cattail marsh and just tall grass. So you get a lot of action. You can see a lot of deer in that spot. So it always makes for a really fun hunt. They have a pretty high deer density there. So,
and this is a brand new spot, hanging hunt that they've not set before. So
they're hanging hunting out of the tethered saddle tonight. So trying to mix it up here.
All right, Mansell, what do you say? Speaking on giveaways, why don't we bring in last week's winners and introduce who they are and what they won?
Absolutely. So this week we're giving away the Baronet Ox 5. This is one of our favorite blinds that we use from Baronet. We love the window setup on these blinds. They're super huge blinds for filming out of and also shooting out of. You can fit 2-3 people in these blinds comfortably. And all you got to do is answer correctly the trivia question on any of the giveaway products that we're going to be giving away here tonight. And you'll be entered in. The next giveaway product we got is the Black Widow Deer Lures Branch Butter and Scrape Rope.
Heard one of you guys spilled that all over yourself.
It wasn't me. Next product we got is from Bucket Ready. We're going to be giving away 1 acre of seed of your choice. And then Come Here Deer. We're going to be giving away some corn coat. Luminoc, we're giving away a pack of Knox. And then we will be giving away one of the Edge cell cameras. These are by far my favorite cameras from Moultrie. Can't say enough about the video quality. I run all mine in video mode, and it's just pretty cool. You get to see kind of the full profile of the deer whenever they come through.
I've been running Moultrie since college.
Yep. They're great cameras. Onyx Hunt, we will be giving away 1 free elite membership. This came in handy, especially if you're hunting public land, like I was in Iowa this week. Having Onyx Hunt, just helped me get into some areas find areas that I would have not been able to find. And from Vortex Optics, we're going to be hooking somebody up with some gun hunting swag, little Blaze Orange apparel package. The Blaze Orange hoodie is actually a pretty kick-ass hoodie. Got one of them, and I wear that quite a bit actually during gun season when the temperatures are warmer.
Yeah. Only thing better than killing is not dying.
And then from Phone Scope, we're giving away a phone case adapter, Pyro Putty, and a Pyro Putty lighter. River's Edge will be giving away the Bigfoot light, 4 grip rails, safety rope, and climbing belt. And that Bigfoot light is one of my favorite stands from River's Edge by far. Super lightweight. It's nice for a little bit of mobile hunting action, packing into some further spots.
How tall are you?
6 foot. My wife says I'm 5'11", but I'm 6 foot.
She's mean.
Schwacker broadheads. Choice of your Schwacker broadheads. I'm a big fan of the green machines. I also like the fixed blade, the 262s. Either one of those, whether you're an expandable or a fixed blade shooter, are really good choices from them. And from Lacrosse, we're giving away a pair of Alpha Burley Pros. These boots are excellent when hunting cold conditions, late season. Big fan of these boots. They will keep you plenty warm. And then from Tack Vanes, 100 pack of vanes of your choice and glue kit. And then HHA, we are doing the HHA Rise bow sight. This is the sight I got on my bow. Absolutely love it. I love having the 2-pin vertical option. It just gives you that flexibility of if you got a buck, between 20, 40 yards, you can kind of be flexible, not having to adjust exactly to your yardage and accommodate for that. But to enter into this HHA Rise giveaway, you need to buy a bag of our coffee Booner blend on our website. There is a link in the description here on YouTube. Go on there, buy a bag of coffee, and that'll enter you into a chance to win the Rise giveaway. Last week, we only had one order, so odds are pretty good this week. From Tethered, we're giving away the Lockdown saddle and ropes. This is the new saddle from Tethered. Chuck's been using this saddle a lot this year, and he absolutely loves it. You got the side pouches. You can fit a lot of gear in them, and they got extra padding in it as well, so it's a little bit more comfortable on the keister. And in order to win this saddle, you need to go on our website and purchase any apparel, hat, you name it, and you'll be entered for a chance to win the Tethered Lockdown saddle.
Now, I noticed Charlie's sitting on the ground today, right? Is that because he and Ross can't both fit in that saddle?
He was actually with Jim this morning. They were on the ground this morning.
Oh.
And the granddaddy of them all, we're giving away the cage blind here after the live. We will post that on our social media. And all you got to do is comment tonight to get entered in. Comment on the giveaway, comment just in general. Every comment will get you entered into the grand prize giveaway. But we appreciate you guys watching. We enjoy giving this stuff away, and any of the winners that we've had on the lives this year, we just hope you enjoy the products that we use also.
And these cage blinds are, from my observation, pretty kick-ass because you can set them up pretty easily compared to a hard-sided blind. You don't need a tractor to put the thing up in a field.
Yeah. So the blinds that we've been putting up here this year, they're, if you got 2-3 guys, it goes by pretty quick. I mean, you could do it yourself easily, but it is pretty nice to have a couple hands, and all you really need is a ratchet set, and it gets up, in a couple hours.
What's that thing sitting like? 12 feet up on that tower?
Don't quote me on it. I want to say it's a 10-foot platform.
10 foot?
8 or 10 foot. But they're pretty lightweight. So they're not too hard to move. We've moved a couple of them from property to property. All you got to do is you take that blind off, put it in the case, and then if you have like some sort of small trailer, you can just tilt the platform right down, and you're ready to rock.
Gotcha. You guys using any kind of tie down for those?
No, just what comes with it. So all 4 sides have a stake system on them, and then in the center it has it's an auger stake.
Yeah.
That's what it just screws right into the ground and
comes with it.
Yep. So I think it was 3 years ago, I had a cage blind on my lease property down here in Iowa that I used to have, and we actually got hit with like 60-mile-an-hour winds. That was like 2 or 3 days before Scott came down here and went out to just inspect the blind, make sure everything was in good shape. And I was actually shocked that the blind didn't tip over. I thought for sure, with winds like that, it was going to be laying on its side, and she was standing up. Nothing wrong with it.
Nice.
And the cool thing about those blinds, the material they use is pretty much the same material that's made out of boat covers. So
Cordura.
Yeah. So it's very durable, and you can leave it out, all year long.
Yep. Marine grade, as they say. So we got a buck here on the Elliots who are just now checking in with us and left again. Hopefully they don't shoot him. I know.
Little profile shot of Chuck here.
He's looking good. Repping the HHA dome. It's a nice hat. I like those.
I think Brennen and Aaron might have a buck on the far end of the field. Quite a ways away, but yep. So we're actually going to do the trivia question here right now to see who can win some of these prizes we just named off.
It's too much action. You give me anxiety.
All right, trivia question for today. What 2 guys have harvested bucks on the Rut Live in our last year's season? Is it A, myself and Hunter, B, Hunter and Dylan, C, myself and JP, or D, Hunter and Brennen? If you answer correct, you will be entered into our giveaway.
This week's giveaway of the slate of prizes that we're giving away every week, we just ran through them. The correct answer will enter you to win, and your odds are very, very good. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a hint. Since we've got Mansell as our guest on this episode, there's a good chance he might have been involved in that. Hey, we're just trying to help the people out. So, Mansell, I know we've discussed the fact that I'm down here in Arkansas at the moment for this wedding. And it got me thinking a bit about hunting in this area. It's almost a mirror image of where I live in East Tennessee. Where I live, I'm on the north side of the Cherokee National Forest, Smoky Mountains. There's ag because I'm down far enough away from the mountains. I'm in the foothills. And as we headed west into Arkansas, across the Ouachitas, and down into lower country here into Mena, I just couldn't help but think how similar it was. And it got me thinking about hunting this area someday. This is my sister-in-law's wedding, and her family seems pretty kick-ass. So I got a pretty good chance of having somewhere to stay should I ever decide to come over here and hang out. What are your thoughts on the adventure aspect of hunting an area that might be less productive than some. Like my time could be invested going somewhere with a higher deer density and a better chance to kill. But how do you value that in comparison to like the convenience, the adventure, the fun of a new place like this with less of a chance of success?
You want my honest answer?
Yeah. Now, I don't want your professional answer. I want your honest answer.
It's tough for me to leave states like Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, in the Midwest to go to big timber. To be honest, hunting big timber hill country
sucks.
It scares the living hell out of me. I give mad props to people that do it and that can kill, hill country mountain bucks consistently. It's a whole different ball game of hunting deer when it comes to hunting hill country timber. I feel like a lot of randomness involved with it. You're really going off of hunting the oak crop, and just any sort of food resources, timber, slashings, things like that you can find. It's not that hunting the Midwest is easier, but I feel like given certain properties, there's a little bit more defined travel routes from bedding to feeding. And a lot more corridor pinches, things like that can funnel them down. So
it's also a little higher barrier to entry. You know what I mean? Like if you want to get into places like that, it typically will probably cost you a little more if you don't live there.
Yeah.
There's a little more of a hurdle there. So somewhere, that's what kind of got me thinking about an out-of-state hunt over here. Like I know chances aren't great, but
yeah,
there are also other factors at play that make it kind of sweet.
Yeah. I will say though, I used to hunt up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and that a lot is, big maple hillsides, cedar swamps. And there's something about hunting that big timber country with not a lot of agriculture. There's that element of the unknown that you just don't have any clue what could show up around the corner any given minute. I mean, it's like that anywhere you hunt in the country, but when I used to hunt the cedar swamps out there, it was pretty cool. Just I was lucky enough to kill a couple nice bucks up in the UP, and when you see a big buck come out of the swamp, just like hunting hill country, big timber, it's such a cool hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm giving it a lot of serious thought.
Hey, if you got the connection.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And it's funny because like that's the kind of terrain I hunt. And I'm not wildly successful. I shoot a decent buck every year, basically, but I'm no guru. But anybody that hunts these types of areas will tell you it's all about like you said, the food source and the terrain features. Finding saddles, finding tits, as my dad likes to call them. Little high rises, little features that deer will utilize to keep cover and make all the difference. But the tricky part is like you could have 100-acre piece that has a dozen saddles. Yeah. So which one of those are you are you going to target? Yep. It's a vast landscape, and it makes things far different. It's not like you're hunting a different animal, but it's got a far different set of behaviors.
Yeah, I mean, you're hunting the same animal. You're just hunting. It runs a totally different lifestyle compared to other deer in the Midwest where you're hunting agriculture. I hunted. Actually, I shouldn't say I hunted. I filmed Jeff Sturgis. This was probably 4 or 5 years ago in Pennsylvania, and very similar to, I would imagine, some of the stuff you hunt in Arkansas or southern Missouri or where you're at in Tennessee. The big rolling hill, timber ridges, things like that. And I just remember I just remember leaving there and saying, wow, I really appreciate hunting the Midwest. And there's a good chance I probably won't go back.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of have to be a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
Or you have to enjoy the long game, I guess,
Yeah, it's just it's a totally different ball game. You got to be ready to hunt several. No. Yeah, you got to be ready to hunt several sits without probably seeing good deer too.
Right.
Or your visibility might be limited. You might not see any deer for quite a while.
Right.
Now, you hunt quite a bit of big timber in Tennessee, correct?
Yeah.
So when you hunt deer there, are you trying to come? I've never hunted myself stuff like that. So if I was going to go into a situation like that, I would probably be trying to hunt where I think they're going to off of where they're going to bed. So I'd be focusing on south facing hillsides. Is that something that you do in your tactics?
Yep. South facing slopes are always huge. Travel corridors, like finding browse patches. Sometimes a thick patch of wild rose can be the difference, in the middle of nowhere. And you'll be able to see where they've browsed one clean. And you know that they're going through there all the time. Yeah. So it's just being able to pick up on little things, it becomes vastly more important.
Yeah. Brennen's got a little buck action out in front of him right now.
And I don't mean that to say like it's harder or more special or anything. You know what I mean? It's just different.
Yeah, but I feel like if I was to kill a big deer in that kind of country, that'd be a pretty special feat.
Well, I'll tell you when I do what it feels like.
You shot a pretty dang good buck. Was that last year, 2 years ago, gun hunting?
Yeah, last year. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I've killed several good bucks. I mean, what I would call really good bucks for what most people shoot around here, around home, I guess I should say. But to be fair, a lot of that stems from hunting with my old man, and him being there by my side for years and years.
Yeah.
So I can't really act like I figured that out on my own.
Yeah, I'm sure having a mentor that's hunted that kind of country his whole life can play a big part in your success.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
I'm going to go take a leak.
All right, we're going to give Brennen a chance to check this one out here for a minute. We're going to take a quick commercial break. brought to you by our sponsors. Make sure and follow along with them as you follow along with us. We appreciate it.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the action here on RUT Live. At the end of the season, our grand prize this year is going to be an 8-foot tower stand from Cage Blinds. All you got to do to enter is comment on any of the live streams and your name's going to be in the hat. Good luck, and good luck this fall.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to another episode of RUT Live, brought to you by HHA Sports and Vortex Optics. This week you got your boy Carrots here and the good Mike Mansell hosting. We're going to check back in with Brennen and see what he's got going on. Had a little deer activity all morning, covered up with it really, couldn't even get a chance to catch a snack, and so far this evening he's got deer on the hoof on the regular, so hopefully he's got a chance to get something in close and zip one out there.
We had a.
Did you get that pisser out there, Mansell? You feel better?
Feeling much better, man.
All right, good deal.
So it's a long RUT Live, man. It's built up after a while. But we had a listener question here a little while ago in regards to the cage blind. Asked if the cage came with the stand, and yes, it does. It comes with the blind and the stand also. And we had one other question as far as the giveaway. Any coffee orders, hat purchases, comments, you name it, you are entered in for a chance to win the cage blind. So go on the website, order a hat, order coffee. You'll get put into the giveaway for the lockdown saddle and the Rise sight. You got till the end of the RUT Live episode here to do that, to get entered into those two prizes and, the chance to win the cage blind.
You got a couple of Halloweeners out there.
Yeah. So funny story. When we went up to Wisconsin to hunt, it's always right around Halloween, and my dad had trick-or-treating candy, and he always has way more trick-or-treating candy than what he expects for trick-or-treaters. So he sent us back here with like 3 bags of Hershey's, and that's like what Chuck's been pretty much living off of the last 2 weeks from the stand. Pops takes pretty good care of us when we're up there.
Oh man, your dad's the goat. Yep. I remember when he was still running the grocery store. When we were up there turkey hunting, going to hang birds in the cooler, and I thought that was pretty sweet.
Yep.
Making the liverwurst sandwiches at the deli.
Yep.
Some good old Wisconsin type shit, for sure.
He's pretty good at setting the smoke alarms off every time he cooks, too. That's when you know it's going to be a good meal, though.
Right. Smoked. Getting a few comments in from the listeners in response to the coffee. Coffee's been great. I agree, dude. Sounds like it's selling well. It's delicious. My wife, we're at this Airbnb, and she fired up some Folgers, and I'm not a coffee guy. I was like, this is trash. Folgers, I mean. You know, I'm getting used to the Booner blend.
Yeah, it's been a big hit. Been pretty impressed with you know, the feedback we've got from it, and we're going to be doing show season coming up here after hunting season's over, and we'll be selling that at all of our trade shows also. Looking to hopefully maybe get that eventually into some stores in the future. But also, if you go on our website, you can we have the option for subscription also. So if you're a big coffee drinker, you can get into getting 2-3 bags a month sent to you. And the more bags you buy, there's a the more bags you buy, the bigger savings you get from it. So
heck yeah.
If you're big into coffee and you like the Booner blend, maybe consider getting a subscription.
Yeah, it's good stuff for sure. I know everybody on my Christmas list is going to be getting some Booner blend in their stockings.
I have to kind of limit myself on it because it gets me pretty wound up when I drink it.
Yeah. Now it's good coffee, and everybody loves coffee. It's a good Christmas gift.
Yeah, and we're hoping, if in case any of the listeners were wondering, we're hoping to come out with some different blends in the future.
David Penwell says timber country can fool with you, distances, etc. Yes, it can. Terrain features can be a little bit of a bitch for sure. That's like some of the areas I hunt, you know, I could be literally 30 feet below a deer that I see that's 15 yards away, you know, like just on the bottom of a nice steep ridge. I've got a tree stand on some family property that I sit fairly regularly, and I'm looking 20 yards away eye level with a trail, and that's a 20-foot tree stand, you know, so it gets interesting. It's fun.
That's where the old Vortex rangefinder can come in handy.
Yep, 100%.
We had a question here from Scott Seakosh. He was asking what I plan on doing with the piebald doe I shot in Wisconsin. So it's going to be kind of a cool mount. I'm actually going to do a head mount on it. So a couple years prior, we had a white deer on our property that was he was 3 years old. He was probably like pushing upper 130s. I found him dead shed hunting and was able to salvage him, save the rack, and I'm actually going to get that deer head mounted also. Taxidermist is going to take a hide and bleach it so it looks like a white deer hide, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to mount that doe alongside of that buck. So
where he was at is where we seen all the deer come from.
And then what's left of the hide,
that'd be awesome.
What's left of the hide, I'm gonna have them tan, and then I'll just kind of use that as a rug or something also.
Nothing in the field. What? There was nothing in the field. I couldn't see anything. I can't see it very well though. I'm looking on Onyx Quick. I'm doing a little investigating. Stop it. Where are you finding all of these? I don't have any left on. I see. Yeah, you got a pile. I do. should probably go onto YouTube and look at the comments, see if anybody's roasting me.
Goulash got a buck coming in hot. Got a good looking little spread. A little young, but it's pretty damn handsome.
He looks pretty decent.
Not sure if he's a shooter, he says.
Yeah, 15-inch 8.
Oh, just send it, Goulash.
Hang and hunt, season finale. Let's go.
Do it for the fans. We had some listener comments on coffee blends. We had some pumpkin spice
I saw
requests.
Get your flavored creamer and just shut up. I'm just kidding, ladies. Don't take offense. How old do you think that buck is, Mike? 2 or 3?
I'm going to say 2. Judging by the body.
Mm-hmm.
There's a doe like 100 yards out in the marsh walking to the lot. Don't move too much.
We grow them big in Wisconsin. Chuck
Switching
sees
over
a
to
big
Charlie.
buck here.
Big and moving.
Ross says big buck.
Do you see him? I just saw him go up the hill again. Okay.
So there's
He got
a
up there and I lost him, but it was a big.
there's a hillside there,
Flash a rack. I couldn't tell
and when you go up the hill, it goes into private.
second, it was big.
And the hunts that I've had there, a lot of those deer will just cruise up that hill into the private, and it's tough to get them out of there.
Yeah. I seen movement for a second.
Up above them, there's a pretty good bedding area.
Well, the night is young, so hopefully he decides to cruise back down the hill.
Yep. Just takes one doe to come looping through.
Yep. What is the rut situation there in Iowa? Is it just peak right now, or how would you call it?
I mean, judging by the sits I've had recently, I think we're already in lockdown.
I don't know.
I had really good activity late October into like the first few days of November, and like the shooter bucks I've had on camera just are off the radar. So it makes me think that they're on does.
Right. Looking for leftovers.
Yeah. And I've actually seen a couple good bucks just after hunts in the morning, driving down the roads, locked on does.
That's one thing I've not seen yet down home. Been seeing a big increase in young bucks on the hoof, moving around in daylight, getting hit on the side of the road, spikes and forks. I've yet to see any kind of maturity up and moving, which is typical for us. Like I'm right on schedule to get home, and later this coming weekend should be in the chips.
Yeah.
We just caught a glimpse of something, some thick brush over there. I said it.
But I know I sent you guys on the snap that trail cam pic I had of a pretty decent buck, but that's the only one I would send an arrow at, or a shell, or whatever I was carrying.
Probably 150 yards, 200 yards in that way, some thick brush. Threw a couple grunts out, and then I lost him. I only saw him for a sec. The body looked big. I never saw the rack too large, too big, but it's like a good flat top up there. It's kind of thick, so I'm guessing he's just hanging out there checking for does. So we're gonna hang tight for a little bit. I might toss out another call in a little while, see if he'll loop around back to us. We know there's several good deer in here, like no doubt. I shoot them in a heartbeat deer, so I'm guessing that was one of them. But we still got an hour of daylight, I think, so we're not out of the game yet. Hopefully he comes back and makes my day. I would love to have seen him a little bit better, but when we get home tonight, you're going to be able to see it. Are you sure? Oh, yeah. Awesome. I bet it was one of that big 8, probably. I think it was. I could just tell it was wide. It was everything. It had really long tines, long main beams, and pretty wide. Oh, shit.
It was everything, says Ross.
I don't think it was jumbo, just because the tines didn't look long. Yeah. I don't really care. I mean, it'd have been awesome with him, but any of those other deer I'd be stoked with. Good grief. Got my heart racing, got a little shaky there. I'm gonna toss out a can call. What's that? I'm gonna toss a can call. Now I wish that doe was still down here. If she was still down here, maybe he would have come in. We're gonna see if we can entice him with a little bit of love. You're shaking. What? I got excited. Okay. Why was it going like that?
All right, buddy. I hate to do it, but as we've discussed, I'm down here for this wedding. My sister-in-law is getting married probably as we speak. I've already missed some of it out of dedication for the boys, and that's never going to die. But I really appreciate the chance to be a part of this. Appreciate all of our viewers and listeners. This episode is going to continue on as I step out to hit this wedding. Spitzley's going to jump in and chat it up with Mansell and co-host. But thank you guys. Thank the Breaking Point. Thank HHA Sports, Vortex Optics, all the sponsors that make this possible. As a father of 4, this is something I look forward to every weekend, just a little escape to hang out with you boys. So big thanks from me. With any luck, my in-laws will still accept me as one of their own when I get to this wedding.
Well, it's been great having you on all these too. It's fun having you as a host, and we look forward to doing it next year too.
Awesome, buddy. I really appreciate it.
The fact that you ditched a wedding for this.
Well, not just that. I drove 13 hours to be at the wedding that I ditched.
You ditched your sister-in-law's wedding for this. So that's commitment right there. He had every want to stay and stick around till the end of the show, but we told him that he can take off. Yeah. We felt bad. So this is
better go do that. Signing off for the season of RUT Live for me. Thank you all. It's a blast. Love it. Love you boys. Best of luck to everybody out there in the tree tonight, and can't wait to see how this episode unfolds tomorrow morning.
You're looking sharp already, at the wedding. Too, so I don't even think you have to dress up.
Oh, I got a tie and a shirt I've already ironed. I'm ready to throw that shit together and hit the door.
Hopefully you're wearing that jacket you had on a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I left it at home. Left that at home. The old suede with the whatever that emblem is, or that embroidery is on that was a jacket of my grandfather's.
That was pretty flashy. You'd have been the best dressed one at the wedding if you'd wore that.
Right. But no, seriously, guys, thank you so much. Best of luck to you, and just appreciate the opportunity. Have a good night, boys.
Appreciate you, man. You have a good one. We'll take it over from here, boss. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, sir.
Brad.
Can't call us
goats. Brad asked if Chuck's calling in goats here. It's kind of what it sounded like.
Is it time for a little college football update? Let's see what our scores are. You gotta do it like you're hosting it. What's that? Ooh, we got a close game here between Arizona and Colorado, tied up with 1:30 to go. Wait. I thought I heard something over there. Missouri is up on Tennessee. Sorry, Carrots. Florida, Miami tied at halftime. 10-10.
Charlie's sitting over here looking at college football scores. You see that Michigan one?
Let's go.
Huh? How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are only winning because you steal sign. Blah, blah, blah. We can win. Yeah. We can beat Penn State at home without Harbaugh. If that's,
you should be able to win at home.
Anything, if we do it, we are going to win it. I mean, we won away. We won at Penn State. Do you realize that? Aren't they called the 12th man or whatever? I don't know, man. All the haters out there.
UCF is
going.
When's the last time Penn State's done anything in college football?
They've always been good. They've been top 10 for. I mean,
when's the last time they even won the? When's the last time they even won the Big Ten?
That's a good question. I mean, Michigan's been winning it, so it's tough to win when Michigan's winning. So.
Yeah.
Or Ohio State. It's either Michigan or Ohio State.
When you're stealing signs, it's easy to win.
Get out of here. Oh, man. Wisconsin's losing, Jessica says.
Goulash has a little deer action on him right now.
Who are they playing tonight? Who's Wisconsin playing?
I honestly don't.
Goulash got deer?
College football. Yeah, Goulash has some deer here. Little doe action.
With the does comes what?
The box.
The box. Especially on November 11th. He had a couple, or he had a good 2-3-year-old come in there earlier, didn't he?
Yeah. That was a good solid 8-pointer. Goulash's a little picky, though, on what he shoots on their family property, so...
Hey, man, that's how you grow them, though, you know?
Yep. You know.
They know what they're doing, you know? Obviously, I had to be around for B and JP sit. They had quite the morning this morning, man.
Yeah, they did. They had bucks on them all morning.
Yep. Oh.
Chuck's got some deer action here. Said it's a doe here. Pretty good woodpecker.
AK-47. We're in Afghanistan. She's just standing there.
You did not just say that. I wonder if chat got onto that.
Chuck said it thought it sounded like an AK-47.
It actually did. Maybe zoom
EY
in
Steve
Tuck here.
says ladies are out for a dance. Come on, boys.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say that's a fawn, right? Looks like a normal sized doe.
Yeah, your run-of-the-mill doe.
Man, we're watching hunting on our screens here, and my trail cam, my cell cams are blowing up right now.
I've been locked in tonight. I haven't had a chance to check them.
Been locked in. You've been busy, probably.
But where they're sitting tonight, about every time I've seen an adult doe in this spot, there's been a buck nearby. So I would not be surprised if something's close. Goulash has something underneath him here. Little buck action.
Is it
nope,
buck?
Sorry, just a doe.
I think it's one of those same does that were out there. But that's a good shot, though, nonetheless. Here, I got an idea. We don't want to miss out. Let's do a little split screen action. So Mansell's all tagged out in Iowa. Congrats, buddy. So tell us how the hunt went, man.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That spot we went into was completely went in blind, to be honest. I mean, I knew I had cameras a half mile from there or so, and we had some real hammers on the cameras, but only had one picture of each one of them. So I kind of was bouncing around trying to figure out where they were and just could not pinpoint them. But we went in there last night and seen a couple of those early, and it was some pretty thick, nasty cover. And I've had some pretty good hunts when you get close to that thick stuff right along the edge of the bedding, things like that. And just threw a little grunt, snort, wheeze, and this buck came to check it out, and luckily he just came close enough for me.
I can't wait to watch that footage. It sounds like it happened pretty early, you said. Shot it around 4:30. You still had what?
Yeah, we actually got it around 4. So we were actually back. We had a mile hike out. It was almost exactly a mile. And then probably a half a mile that we had to go on the boat. And we had that deer skin quartered, packed up, packed out, and we're back at the boat launch at 6:30.
That's impressive.
Yep.
That's
we didn't mess
impressive.
around.
Jimbo continues the good luck streak, huh?
Yeah.
Old Jimbo. How'd the footage look? I'm sure it looked fire.
Yeah, pretty solid.
I know that B angle looked good. That was pretty cool.
Jimbo and you are actually my lucky Iowa cameramen. 3 for 3 with Jimbo with the bow.
Yeah,
Charlie's got
you still got rid of me, so I'm pretty much chalk now. No, I'm just kidding. The interns are there, and it doesn't make sense to bring me 10 hours away when you got 2 little hoodlums running around filming you.
Yeah.
But
You're a family man now.
Oh, I am busy, but my wife did say she'd rather have me work away from home than work from home. So whenever you want me, I'm coming.
Well, I got a late muzzleloader tag.
I'll be there.
Chuck and Ross they said it looked like a spike.
Yeah, we're on them. It's kind of I don't know if it's
Kinda
blurry
going
for you,
low.
but
It don't look that bad. He's just going to the left. He's behind a bunch of trees right now. I think.
just said the little spikers right downwind.
I think he's actually a 3-pointer here.
Oh yeah, he is a 3-pointer.
Looks like you got a good whiff of some BO.
Well, you know what? I know Charlie this morning was complaining about dumping some Black Widow all over him.
Huh.
Maybe that's what he's not liking, huh?
He showered today, though, when he got back, so.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If he did smell the Black Widow, he'd probably get him running to the base of the tree, right?
Yeah.
Where'd the doe go? She's right here. Same spot. She came out of the green. She's like just on the. Do you see her munch out there? She's about to move. Pretty much the same way the other doe came out of there.
Well, before we get into too much action here, I think we're going to take a short commercial break, so we will be back in a minute.
The new Edge Pro from Multi-Mobile gives you more control over what you see with features like Live Aim and the industry's first false trigger elimination technology. Live Aim removes the guesswork at setup with a live preview from your camera. And FTE extends battery life and eliminates up to 96% of unwanted images, meaning if deer photos are what you want, deer photos are what you get.
Luminox are brighter, more durable, and with replaceable batteries, the longest-lasting compound and crossbow lighted nocks on the market, period. When your moment of truth comes, rely on the only lighted nock trusted by the best. Luminox. Light them up at luminox.com.
And we're back to RUT Live, presented by HHA Sports and Vortex Optics. We are closing in on the night here in Wisconsin. We got goulash. They got probably, another 15 minutes of shooting light here. They've had some does on them tonight. Little small buck. Kind of a slower night, I would say, for them. Usually they see quite a few deer on their property.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I don't know if you've been there filming them, or filming Dylan anyway, Mansell, but it is very good property, and you're always seeing deer. And good deer. So
I've filmed Dylan out there a few times, and I must be bad luck because every time I go, it's always a little bit slower. But I've seen their footage that they send at the end of the year, and the amount of deer they usually see on a sit is pretty insane.
The last time I filmed Dylan, I think was not. Yeah, I think it was last season. It might have been 2 seasons ago.
It was 2021. That was the year I was
2
hunting
seasons
baby
ago.
split.
Oh, yep. Yeah, so at last light, we had one of his target bucks come in, actually, within, I'd say, 45 yards. Very good buck. They grow some good deer out there, that's for sure. And I know they spend a lot of their time during the summer and planting the bucket ready plots. That's pretty much what they're doing all summer, is getting prepped for the fall.
Yeah, they put a lot of work on their Wisconsin property.
I mean, all of you guys do, but curious to see what the Elliots are doing now. They unfortunately were not able to get their unit working today, but the last time we were tuned into them, they had a good, I would say, 8-point. I can't even shoot a spike. Probably about, I'd say, at least 70 yards away.
You guys still got a little bit of time left here to get your orders in for getting entered into the HHA Rise site and the lockdown saddle from Tethered. So if you go on our website here and order a bag of coffee, you'll be entered into the giveaway for the HHA site. And then if you also would purchase any of our apparel, that would get you entered into the lockdown saddle from Tethered. Got a little turkey action here from Chuck and Ross.
We got everything out there but what we want. We've had the 2-year-olds, the does, the turkeys, the birds.
I haven't heard any Blue Jays tonight, though, Scott.
You know what's funny? Ross was here filming me, right? And I basically told him the same thing I told you. I was like, hey, Blue Jays, you know something's coming. Pretty good chance it's a deer. 'Cause they squawk at, animals or humans. And he's like, yeah, Mike told me that. I was like, oh, did he now? Because he used to give me crap for it.
The funny thing is that Jimbo told me the same thing.
Oh, well, did he tell you that before I did?
After.
So Jimbo knows.
Yeah.
He's an elder too, so elders know everything.
Jimbo's here. Jimbo's here right now. He's actually camp cook here tonight. Was hoping to get him.
Is he gonna jump on or what? I'd love to see old Jimbo.
I don't know. Might have to get a template made for him. Get a guest appearance here for the grand finale. He hops on, someone's gonna shoot a buck.
I feel like we're losing lights fast. I know. Where's the bad lights? 40 minutes left. Good. Well, we're pretty much out of light. I think we got 5 or 10 minutes left here. Overall, fairly decent night. Seen enough movement. We had a 15-inch 8 just to the south of us, walking around along the oak woods edge. Otherwise, the rest of the deer have been working their way out of the beans. I think I counted like 8 or 9 does and fawns out in the bean field here. We had a little spiker chasing some of the does around before too. But unfortunately, yet again, nothing bigger, so now we're not real sure where the big boys are hiding, but they're somewhere. I think if Brandon and I can get out of here kind of clean, I think we're going to try to come back here tomorrow morning, just because of how hot it was this morning over here. There's a deer out in the field now. Looks like another small buck running around out there. Yeah, this one's in the middle of the bean. But the deer really have been liking this bean field, so like I said, if we can sneak out of here, we're going to leave most of the stuff in the tree and come back in the morning. That's all for me. Thanks for watching, guys.
Goulash is wrapping his night up here in Wisconsin. We got about 25 minutes left of light here for the boys in Iowa. Chuck's got a doe on him here right now. Brennen and Aaron have kind of had a little bit of a slower night, but hopefully that'll turn around here before dark. Brennan's got a deer on him right now here. I'm going to check out the decoy. A little younger buck.
Here on Chuck as well.
Need a big one to do that. Brook Bones Bait says Goulash needs some face paint. That would probably turn his luck around.
Oh, she's getting her wing. What? She's getting whipped. Get her straight across from this JP by the other stand. Couple toes. Deer in the corn behind us. Might be that buck. Yeah, it's that same buck. It's gonna try to get her wind. If this doe comes in here, I'm gonna zap her. Yeah, I see him. There was a guy hunting or something. I don't know. I think that's our cue, though.
What do you think, Jimbo? Hey, you made it.
Yeah, I made her on.
You made her on. How's it going in Iowa at the old Mansell household there?
It's going very well. It's going very well. It's been a
Good.
fun week. Been grinding out a bunch of walks. Had a lot of good sits. Seen some good deer, and it was a lot of fun.
I heard you're the, well, I didn't hear. I know you're the good luck charm. So you and Mansell got her done last night, I hear, huh?
Yeah, we had one of Michael's friends, Brad, drive us in with his boat, and then we hopped out and then hiked the rest of the way in, about a mile back, and he scouted out the area previously on his Onyx and decided where he was going to go, and we made the trek out there, and He was looking at trails, and from his scouting on Onyx and prior homework, he picked a solid spot, and we were able to get it done yesterday.
That's awesome. And I can only imagine, you behind the lens is, I mean, can't get no better professional. So I'm assuming the footage was amazing.
Yeah, everything was pretty solid. But, every once in a while, when they're cutting through thick brush, you have your little spotty spots where, you got to quick readjust.
Little spotty spots.
Yep.
Oh, Jimbo, I love you. Yes.
How's it going on your
yes.
end? How you been?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just keeping busy with the fam. I got 2 little ones running around. So, I just got done hunting. Ross was here for a good week. We had some very good hunts. Fortunately, was unable to get one down, but we definitely had our opportunities.
Yeah, it's always, solid when you get together with somebody and spend time and be able to get to know that person better and spending, time in the woods and having fun and, making memories. I mean, always, it's nice, a bonus, getting a nice solid animal on the ground, but too, it's just rewarding in itself being away from, stress and stuff and being able to hang out, meet somebody else and have a lot of fun.
You're absolutely right. Hunting or being in a tree or outdoors is like my number one stress reliever, getting the mind off things. So it was good. It was a good week. Didn't end up the way I wanted it to, but we definitely had our chances, and it was fun. At least it was good on the brain, it was good for the mental. So I was happy to get out finally and do some hunting.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
This doe that Brennen has out here, she ain't liking something, is she?
She's kind of looking around a little weary.
So what you cooking up over there?
Well, my mom loves her garden, so she dropped off some squash and some mini cabbages. So we brought some of that squash and mini cabbage, and Michael looked up a recipe because I was talking about one of the recipes like my mom makes. She always makes butt bacon cabbage and bakes it in a crock pot. So Michael looked up the recipe, and we're making some cabbage, onion, pepper, and it's like a tomato and some mushrooms in there, crock pot with some squash.
That sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
Do I have time to fly down there and eat some, or?
Oh, for sure. I always have plenty. You should know that. Even have my sweet apron, Spitz.
I'm sure I could find a flight. Wait, you just shot a doe.
Oh yeah.
What? You put the old rip on the door there, B.
Yeah, right through the boiler house.
Jeez.
There we go.
Smoker.
Nice shot.
Let's go, B.
Yeah.
She is rolling.
Yeah. She's lights out.
Check
Put her right
that
to the
out.
boiler house, Spitzley.
Dang, good thing I switched over to that. I didn't even know he was shooting. Did you get that memo?
No.
Nice shot, B. Let's go. That's our first doe down on the live. That's huge. That is huge. Hey, we didn't end live on a... Can't say skunk, but...
That buck's going over to the dead one.
Sounds like they're seeing a buck now, too.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Man, see, Jimbo, you are good luck. Mansell literally said that before you came on. He's like, hey, man, they're going to shoot something if he comes on. And not 5 minutes later, they shoot a doe. That is just awesome.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
That's so cool.
Got another doe coming.
Got another doe coming, he says.
Yep.
That's a little buck. 2-year-old. He's coming out to the decoy.
It's been a pretty solid week for JP and Brennen. I mean, they have been seeing a lot of, few solid bucks where, just little opportunities, little this way or little that way, they could have capitalized on some really nice solid bucks. It's just, how like your hunt was, that's the way hunting goes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we definitely had the bucks to go after, but just couldn't get it done in the end, which is, it's fine. That's how hunting is. That's why they call it hunting.
Definitely, I feel you. I had 6 shooters by me. We'd be getting them daylight, and then when I'd go sit for the live for others, it's like boom, they just vanish, and it's like I couldn't cash in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's like
That's
they got
awesome.
the memo I was coming out. Maybe I got to have you come up with me, Spitz. You're my good luck.
What'd you say, bud? I'm your good luck?
Yeah, maybe you got to come up one of these days to Wisconsin. You can change that for me.
I'm definitely not good luck behind the bow, that's for sure.
You'd be fine. Keep your head up. I mean, everybody has their streaks.
Yeah.
Little guy walking around by me over there.
There's another buck back here. Checking that doe out. Is that same one? Yeah, he's right on the doe. Just a couple yards off her. What's that? It's the
Man,
same
he
buck
smoked
from
that doe,
earlier
didn't he?
on that decoy.
Yeah, he nailed her. Perfect shot. Right in that little wheelhouse.
What's that?
Now we just need a big buck to come out. So did Mansell take over your kitchen duties or what?
Yeah, he's just tending over, watching over a little bit.
Six-pointer with the split G2.
Making sure nothing gets burned on me.
Yeah. So listen, before we close her out, because we're
He's definitely
getting
at least 4.
Man, he's got a good buck on him though.
Yeah.
I don't know. We might have to wait for the trivia question again, guys, but we're definitely going to show that to you guys again for just tuning in. For you guys just tuning in. But we got some action going on for you guys just coming on board. Brennen just drilled the doe. You could see her watch. You could watch her drop on camera there. So it sounds like he's got a 4-year-old buck coming shortly that he just stated that he's not going to shoot. So
Can you see him?
Jimbo,
Yo.
you are good luck, man. I can't believe it.
I'm gonna snort wheeze at him.
Yeah, it's been one heck of a week. Crazy how fast that week flew by. back.
Another doe with a
Heading
buck
home
on her
back
right here.
tomorrow. It's crazy how fast that week goes by up here.
When do you head out, Jimbo?
Sunday, 11 o'clock.
So tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm gonna get this one wound up.
Get them all wound up.
Yep, getting them fired up.
That doe must have been hot.
Oh yeah, all the bucks are coming out. You shot a hot doe.
Yeah. Let's
That might
hope
be
it's
a
not
good
one of
thing. Now all the big ones are gonna come out and see where she's at.
Yep.
Oh wow, yeah, they're all coming out. Looks like a good buck too.
Oh yeah.
Got a little buck parade going on now.
Yeah, it's like a clown door opened and all the clowns are coming out.
Would be kind of cool if he came right into the decoy. It'd be some good footage. I know B said he's not going to shoot him, but he's a good buck, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, he's going to check her out right now. That is so cool.
Yeah, it is.
JP got a buck in front of me. I think it's a 2-year-old.
Wow. I don't know if that's the 4-year-old he's seen. That almost looks like a smaller buck. I mean, not smaller, but small. I would say smaller than a 4-year-old. I know he said he's seen a good one, but
yeah,
might not be it. I'm not sure. This is a. I don't think it's a buck he'd shoot.
No, I'm pretty sure not.
I mean, they've been passing up similar, if not bigger, bucks than that all week. So I'd be surprised, but.
Well, yeah, he's pretty detailed on what he wants to take and what he don't.
Let's snort wheeze at him one more time, I think.
I think he might come in and get some to roll.
Oh yeah, he's coming.
Oh yeah, hook, line, and sinker.
Oh yeah. Come on in, big boy.
Getting them fired up.
Them hands going, Jimbo. Get them hands going.
Got him going.
Oh yeah, he's all hot.
Smart bastard.
Bothered. Well, that was cool.
Yeah, it was. That was pretty awesome.
I think we're going to get a little closer here from Charlie before they head out. I know B still got some deer out here.
Yep.
But Obviously, what?
It's like you think
We
he's
are.
not gonna have one.
Yeah, I don't know if we are gonna get an interview from him.
Uh
I don't think we want to miss on the action here.
huh.
There he is.
There he is.
It's nice. Look at that left side. Pretty
Unique.
Yeah.
As he did that, it slammed on the brakes.
I didn't realize he was right under the tree. Oh, he's coming back again for more.
He's like, I'm
That
coming
is
to
so
party.
cool. Hopefully, we're putting on a show here.
Yeah.
Jessica says Charlie's just sitting over here with that goat call and his Halloween candy.
Yeah. He's
He had
chilling.
the old Halloween candy out about an hour ago for his tree stand snack. We were making fun of him.
You always have to have the snacks. You never can go without them.
Man, he's looking for something, ain't he?
Yeah. He's got them
Dang.
all over.
Yeah,
under
he's.
him.
Look at that G2
Yeah, that's pretty unique on that.
on the left side there. Pretty cool looking buck right there.
Yeah.
I agree, Steve. That's pretty cool. Very unique.
Yeah, it's crazy how every buck has their own differences.
Hold on,
Oh,
we got another
sounds like
buck.
he's got another one.
Oh, that's the same buck, isn't it?
I believe so.
Oh, it's not. Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Or is that his? Looks like an older deer. That's definitely him, though. That left side. That's so cool. Look at that. They definitely look older when they get puffed up like that, don't they? You know, he's probably 2 or 3, I'd say.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Especially when they have their ears laid back like that and pinned too. It's crazy.
Yeah, Steve, I agree. I feel like all bucks do that to this decoy. They all get puffed up and they do that sideways walk like he said. It's really cool to see. See that American flag at the decoy?
Yeah, I see it.
Chasing his feet?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I actually just noticed that.
Be interesting to see if he blows them over.
That is so cool, man.
Yeah.
You know, we're always seeing this on the episodes, but never live, right? So let's see it.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Like he's not sure what he wants to do, if he wants to spar or he's gonna stay in stay out.
I'd love to see him run it over.
Oh, I would too. That'd be sweet. It's like, should I? Shouldn't I not? Maybe not.
He's getting them all fired up. He doesn't even know what to think anymore.
Yeah. So you getting all fired up for December coming up there, Spitzley?
Oh yeah, you talking about the old North Dakota?
Yeah, there.
Yeah, are you gonna be there?
I should be unless something happens with work.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. Just probably another month or so we'll be heading back.
I think it's just a small buck.
So yeah, another buck out here.
Yeah. Like they just
But
woodwork.
yeah, I purchased my tag, early season. Obviously you did too, and
Yep.
let's see, we had 3 of us kill, so that kind of left some spots open for this late season. So it'll be my first late season opportunity at Dink.
Oh, yeah,
I'm pretty
definitely.
pumped. We're gonna get an interview here from B.
Yep. Roll.
We've got about 15 minutes of legal light left. What is that one now?
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
We got about 15 minutes of legal light left, maybe a little less now. But our slow afternoon turned on in a quick hurry. We had 2 adult does come all the way across the field. Landowner that lets me hunt has been asking for a deer for her and her parents. So I'm happy to shoot a doe any day of the week. They came in perfectly. They they stood in a spot where I couldn't shoot them for the longest time, and then they finally crossed the tree line here and gave me a good shot. I shot her quartering too, but she only made it maybe 100 yards down the field edge, and we watched her go down. And we had a buck. I'm pretty certain he's a 4-year-old. Got a ton of pictures of him. I've never seen him on the hoof. He came out, and I could just tell the way he was pushing these other bucks around that he was kind of a bully. So I got him fired up, started snort wheezing at him. For the longest time, I don't think he could see the decoy. And then he finally came through the tree line here and seen the decoy and put on a pretty good show for us. But just not the caliber of buck that we're after. If he would have been another year older, maybe, but pretty sure he's only 4. Anyway, we got some does. That buck's still on the field. We got a little bit of time left. It can happen quick this time of the year. But if not, I don't know if we'll be able to have enough light to do another update. So if we don't kill something here in the next 10 minutes, really appreciate you guys watching the RUT Live, following along this year. Huge thanks to Spitzley for doing all the behind the scenes, everyone that's hosted. Josh, Chuck, Mansell. Appreciate all the behind the scenes stuff that goes into this. It's a lot of work, and those guys crush it. So if you haven't, check out season 10. We're just about done releasing all of our episodes from last year. I think JP's Oklahoma hunt drops on the channel here next week. But as always, thanks to our partners, everyone watching. So good luck in the woods. If you're hunting Wisconsin gun season next weekend, good luck. Wear your helmet and lots of blaze orange. We'll catch you later.
All right, we got about 10-15 minutes of light left for them guys, and a lot can happen in 10-15 minutes. Welcome back, Mansell.
Yep, we're winding down.
You missed it. Jimbo brought in the good luck, like you said.
I kind of figured he would.
Not even 5 minutes after he hopped on and talking with me, he smoked the doe.
Probably Brennen that might see a shooter here.
Can't tell which buck that is. That's not that one again, is it? I just seen a split G2. I got some branches in the way.
Well, looks like we lost him there for a second. So we have no one else to go to. So we're gonna stay by us until they get their unit back running. But they got another 10 minutes or so tell they got to shut her down. I don't know if they ran out of battery or what, but you guys get to look at our lovely faces for
Yeah.
the next minute or so. Hopefully they get back up and running. But either way, that was sweet. I don't know if you guys seen it. Brennen shot a doe right on camera there. I personally didn't even know he was shooting, Mansell, but good thing I went to him when I did, because it was seconds after he ended up shooting a doe. So
Good job being on him. That's why we have you running the whole rig.
yeah, that's why I'm not usually hosting most of the time, because it can be a little bit of work to host and run this at the same time. But we managed to get it done. So
yeah,
that's for sure.
It's been a pretty awesome season. Kind of cool. You know, we started these off in North Dakota. We're probably going to do the same thing next year.
Mhm.
I've already got kind of some other ideas. Me and Scott and Brennen will probably chat a little bit more on them this year, but we talk potentially doing more than one live to start the year off in North Dakota. We usually have pretty good success there, so we thought maybe running a couple of them might improve our odds with maybe getting a buck down one of the first couple days of the season on the live. But it's been a fun season. We had some good hunts in Wisconsin early in September, and then Elliott got our one buck down this year on the live here a few weeks ago in October. We were hoping
it wasn't just a buck either. Holy cow, that thing was a tank.
We're calling it biggest buck in live history. So,
I mean,
until anyone proves us wrong.
It was a 60s deer, and I'm pretty sure it was an 8-point with a forker. And I mean, they called it forker for a reason, but just a tank of a deer. If you guys didn't catch that on the live, it is from 2 weeks ago. You'll see Elliott and his deer on the thumbnail. So if you guys haven't watched that, go back 2 weeks. I believe that was on the 28th.
It's Halloween weekend, I want to say, somewhere around
I think
there.
it was the 28th of October. So if you guys didn't watch that, make sure you tune into that. I don't know if we are going to get them back, Mansell. I know this morning they had an issue with their battery dying on their unit, so hopefully that's not the case. I know they had a shooter out in the field. So
well, nonetheless, we had an awesome season here on RUT Live. We're looking forward to bringing it to you guys next year. Thank you to all those guys, everyone that commented on the videos, everyone that purchased any of our products, you know, the RUT Lunar Blend coffee, any of our apparel throughout this whole process. All your support means the world to us. And then also we thank our partners. You know, all this could not be possible without you guys.
Guess who's back? Back again. Oh. What did we miss?
I think that's a doe out there. It looks a little doughy. Paul Dowell asked on the live, any decoy placement tips? Myself personally, I've had a little bit of luck hunting over a decoy, but I like to usually put them right around 25 yards with the wind blowing towards us, because typically those bucks will like to try and circle the decoy if they can. That's really, I mean, one of the biggest tips I would say. The other thing is just trying to keep as much as you're sent off of the decoy while you're trying to place it up, so you can spray it down good with any sort of scent elimination product, and then put a little bit of buck urine. We like to use Wicked Deer lures. Spray that a little bit on the decoy on the ground, and that's really all I got for you.
I think that's plenty of information. That's a lot more information than I would have gave. That's for sure.
Tim Sadler's asking if we can get a live for breaking spring.
Ooh, we did try that for a test, actually.
Yeah.
We did kill. We doubled up. Me and JP doubled up on one of those test lives. So.
Yeah, we did do some lives kind of when we were in the testing phase of doing the whole live thing, but nothing as far as like having in studio going on. It's definitely a tough task when you're running live units in the spring compared to running them in the tree in the fall, because a lot of our turkey hunting we're on the move, which can kind of run into issues with connections. But if you're in a tree stand like we do most of our fall hunts, it usually works out pretty well, because once you get signal, usually you don't lose it. But being on the move in the spring can kind of be challenging at times.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's I've been there the last 3-4 seasons turkey hunting with you guys, and I can assure you that I probably lose about 10-15 pounds by the end of the weekend. So
we don't work that hard. You probably gain that much just in the food.
From all that food your dad makes.
Yeah.
It's always good eating too, but and Jimbo brings food and fries up for us, but we're not going to keep you guys too much longer here. I think we just lost me, didn't we?
Yeah, I can hear you, but
lose my camera.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here. I just gotta.
Let's
go to the trivia. Let's go to the trivia.
We'll do one more trivia and then we'll wrap this up. We thank you all for watching. But we're gonna do the trivia question once more. Get your answers in here quick, and we'll get those winners selected here and post them here this next week, along with the cage blind winner. What two guys have harvested bucks on RUT Live last year? Was it myself and Hunter? Hunter and Dylan? Myself and JP? Or Hunter and Brennen? If you answer correctly, you will be entered into our giveaways this week.
We've got a big CRP field to the east of us, and then we've got prime alfalfa right here over my right shoulder. We're gonna try to put a licking branch or a scrape tree branch off the end of one of these corner posts down here. This should be a good spot.
We got a decent wind here tonight. We're sitting a cage blind on a different property. Got a doe tag in my pocket, so if we can get a doe to walk past the blind tonight, probably gonna go ahead and try to shoot it.
It was just a perfect night. Snuck into the blind. We already had deer in the food plot. What an awesome night of hunting down here in Iowa.
The new Edge Pro from Multimobile gives you more control over what you see with features like live aim and the industry's first false trigger elimination technology, meaning if deer photos are what you want, deer photos are what you get.